Today we are going to deal with another peripheral in LPC2148 microcontroller known as UART, Universal Asynchronous Receiver and Transmitter. So first of all, we would like to see what is the function of UART. So UART is used for communicating serial data between ARM and any other devices which is capable of performing serial communication. Right? So basically there are two types of communication. First one is known as parallel communication. So in the case of parallel communication, you can communicate between two say blocks or devices parallelly. So what do you mean by parallel communication? Each bit will be sent through a separate line. So if you are going to perform 8-bit parallel transmission, you will be having 8 separate data lines and 8 separate grounds. So parallelly you are going to send 8-bit of data. So what is the advantage of using parallel communication? The speed of transmission will be high. Why? Because all the 8 bits will be simultaneously transmitted. In the same time you are transmitting all the 8 bits. Right? But is there any disadvantage for parallel transmission or parallel communication? Yes, disadvantage is that you will be having more number of hardware connections. So I told if you want to transmit 8 data bits, you need to have 8 data lines and 8 separate grounds. So that is why in the old printer you can see parallel port will be there. So there you are having a 25 pin connector, right, where 16 are for data transmission. That is 8 separate data lines and 8 separate grounds. So hardware complexity will be more hardware connections are required. But nowadays in the case of microcontroller, we cannot spare that many number of connections. So that is why another type of communication is known as serial communication. In the case of serial communication, each data bits will be sent one after the other. That means if you want to send 8 bit of data, first the say LSB bit will be sent. Next the first bit will be sent. So like that, each bit will be sent one after the other. So there is a small disadvantage. The transmission will be slightly affected because we are sending one after the other, one bit after the other. But if you are increasing the speed at which you are performing serial transmission, you can overcome this. So generally, the serial communication will be performed in say 9600 bits per second. So you are increasing the speed. So the time for transmitting an 8-bit data will be reduced. And the most important advantage of serial transmission is that you are using only 3 lines for transmission, right? One line for transmission, another line for reception, and the last line for ground. So only 3 lines are required for serial communication. One is for transmission, another for reception, and the last one for ground. So here you are going to study a peripheral known as UART. So UART is a simplest peripheral present in LPC2148, which is performing serial communication. We are going to see how you can connect an ARM microcontroller with a PC through the serial transmission peripheral. So how will you connect that? The TX of ARM microcontroller should be connected to RX of PC. Similarly, TX of PC should be connected to RX of ARM. Then only whatever data you are transmitted from ARM will be received by the PC. Similarly, whatever data you are transmitted by PC will be received by the ARM. And in addition to this TX and RX line, you are having one more line that is known as a ground line. So this line is used for making both the circuits having common ground, right? Because both ARM and PC is working on two different power supplies. They will be having separate grounds. But when you are transmitting something from one data from one circuit, that is from ARM to PC, both ARM and PC should have the same reference potential. Otherwise, if you are transmitting a logic 1 from ARM, at the PC side it may not be detected as a 1. Sometimes it may be misinterpreted as 0. So in order to avoid the disadvantage, both the circuit should have same ground or common ground. That is why we are making ground of both ARM and PC as common by shorting it together, right? Then one more thing you need to keep in mind, ARM it is working on TTL standard, PC it is working on another standard known as RS-232 standard. So TTL standard means logic 1 is represented by the VCC. So in the case of ARM, VCC is 3.3 volt. Logic 0 is represented by 0 volt. But in the case of RS-232 standard, logic 1 is represented by negative 3 to negative 15 volt and logic 0 is represented by plus 3 to plus 15 volt. So here you should see that logic 1 is represented by negative polarity, logic 0 is represented by positive polarity, right? Again it is for error correction mechanism, and here in the case of TTL standard, logic 1 and logic 0 is represented by a single voltage level. But why in RS-232 standard it is having a range of voltage like this? Say logic 1 is represented by minus 3 to minus 15, logic 0 it is represented by plus 3 to plus 15. Why there is a range of voltage specified for each logic? Do you have any idea? Why? Because in the case of RS-232 standard, you can have the cable length maximum of 10 meters. That means if you are having two blocks or two devices which is connected through RS-232 connection, both the blocks can be having can be if both the devices are connected using RS-232 connection, both of them can have a distance of maximum 10 meters. So distance of separation between ARM and PC can be maximum of 10 meters if you are using RS-232 standard, right? So if you are transmitting a logic 1 signal, say let us take logic 1 is represented by a single voltage level. So if you are sending logic 1 from one end, when it is reaching the other end, which is located at 10-meter distance, sometimes there may be reduction in the voltage. You will be sending a VCC signal from here. At the other end, you may be getting a voltage level which is much lesser than VCC. So there is a chance for receiver for detecting it as logic 0 instead of logic 1. Why that happened? Due to the losses in the cable, your voltage level got dropped. That is a problem if you are specifying a single voltage level for logic 1 and logic 0 in the case of RS-232 standard. So in order to overcome that disadvantage, they have dedicated a range of voltage ranging from minus 3 to minus 15 for representing logic 1 and plus 3 to plus 15 for representing logic 0. So since if you are going to transmit a logic 1, you are going to transmit a low voltage level between this range. At the other end, you may be getting the voltage within this range itself. So there will not be a chance for getting misinterpreted, right? That is the reason why they have given a range of voltage in the case of RS-232 standard. Then ARM again it is sending the data and receiving the data in TTL standard. PC it is sending and receiving in the case in RS-232 standard. So when you are trying to send or receive data between these two different blocks which are operating in different standard, what will happen? The data reception and data transmission will not be proper because it is something like two different persons talking in two different languages. Both of them can't understand each other because they are operating on two different standards. So in the case of persons talking in two different languages, how will you solve that problem? You will be appointing somebody known as translator who will translate one language to the other language so the second person can understand it. So here for converting one voltage level to another voltage level or one standard signal to another standard signal, you are putting somebody known as level converter in between these two blocks. So generally used level converter IC is MAX 232 IC, right? So this MAX 232 IC can convert TTL signal to RS 232 standard signal. Similarly, RS-232 signal back to TTL standard. So both the TTL to RS-232 and RS-232 TTL conversion can take place simultaneously by using MAX232 IC. So MAX232 IC is nothing but a level converter which is used for converting the data to and fro between TTL and RS-232. If you are taking a PC, you can see one blue connector is there. This is known as DB9 connector. So through this DB9 connector, you are going to perform the serial communication. In laptop nowadays, this connector is not there, but instead of that, you should use another device known as serial to USB converter, because in laptop only USB is available. So you need to have one more converter known as serial to USB converter. But since here I am using PC, in the PC, I think in the new PC it is not available, but in the old PC you can see this. This is known as DB9 connector or RS-232 connector. And here you can see 9 connections are there, 9 pins are there, right? So pin number 1 is reset, 2 data in, 3 data out, then DTR, ground, etc. Right? So how will you make the connection between ARM and PC? Right? So or from the ARM you are connecting. Let us take this. From ARM you need to connect from TX to RX. So which pin of PC is your RX and which pin of your PC is TX and ground? So in this PC, your TX will be 3, right? RX will be 2 and 5 will be ground. So in our connection, you are using only pin number 2, 3 and 5. So pin number 3 is transmit, 2 is receive, 5 is ground with respect to the PC, right? Then what is the use of other pins, say CTS, RTS, etc.? They are known as handshaking pins or acknowledgement pins. But now for time being we are not using this acknowledgement pins. You are only using TX and RX. So what is the function of acknowledgement pins? It will acknowledge the transmission or reception. Say for example, one block need to transmit a data to PC. So what does it do? It will make the request to send as 1. So the transmitter will make pin number 7 as logic 1, or it will make that pin high. So what does the receiver identify? Receiver will understand that somebody else is trying to transmit something to the receiver, right? So if one block need to transmit a data to a receiver, it will make this RTS as 1. RTS means request to send as 1. So when this RTS is received by the receiver, receiver will identify that somebody needs to send some data to me or the receiver. So what does the receiver acknowledge? Receiver will make CTS pin as high. CTS pin is 8. Right? So receiver will make CTS means clear to send. RTS means request to send. So transmitter will make request to send pin as 1 or logic high. So on receiving this, the receiver will send back the acknowledgement by making CTS pin as 1. CTS means clear to send. So when the transmitter is receiving the CTS as high, transmitter will identify that receiver is ready to receive the data. So after getting that CTS acknowledgement by the receiver, by the transmitter, transmitter will send the data, right? So by using CTS and RTS, both the transmitter and the receiver has generated an acknowledgement. They have given a handshake. Two persons will be giving a handshake. No, why? They are showing that say acknowledgement. So similar to that, by using RTS and CTS, both the transmitter and receiver has acknowledged that you can transmit and I will receive. But now I am not using all these pins. I am using only pin number 2, 3 and 5. 3 is transmit, 2 is receive, 5 is ground. And now next we will see what are the pins used for transmission and reception in the microcontroller. In the previous slide, in this slide we have seen 2, 3 and 5 are the pins used for serial transmission in PC. Here we are going to see what are the pins used for transmission and reception in the microcontroller LPC2148. So in this LPC2148, you are having two UARTs. UART0 is there, UART1 is there. Two UARTs are there. Right? UART0 will be having a separate transmit and receive pin. UART1 will be having another transmit and receive pin. So UART0 pins are nothing but this one, P0.1 and P0.0. P0.0 is also your TXD0. TXD0 means what? Transmit pin of UART0. P0.1 also is having another functionality known as RxD0, that is receive pin of UART0. So pin number 19 and 21 or port number P0.0 and P0.1 are the TX and RX of UART0. Similarly, pin number 33 and 34 or port number P0.8 and P0.9, that is RX TXD1 and RxD1. These are the transmit and receive pins for UART1. Right? So these are the four pins used for UARTs. And both UART0 and UART1, both peripherals are the same. There is only one difference between UART0 and UART1. What is the difference? Any idea? UART0, in addition to the serial communication, UART0 can also be used for programming this microcontroller in a particular mode of operation known as bootloader mode of operation. Right? Normally, how will you program a microcontroller? You will be using another external programmer. Using that only you will be programming. But there is another method known as bootloader method of programming. So what do you mean by bootloader? Bootloader is a small program that is already burnt into the microcontroller in the boot sector, right? So you are burning a bootloader program into the microcontroller, right? So bootloader will be running in the microcontroller, and instead of using an external programmer for programming the microcontroller, what you will do? You will supply the program file through the serial port to the bootloader. Right? So what does the bootloader do? Bootloader will receive the data coming through the serial port and it will write to the actual flash memory of the microcontroller. Your program needs to be burnt onto the flash memory. So if you are using external programmer is directly burning it onto the flash memory, right? But if you are using bootloader mode of programming, what does it do? Bootloader code will receive the data or the program file coming through the serial port, and bootloader will write that program into the flash memory. The programmer is or the user is not directly writing into the program in the flash memory or program memory. Bootloader will take care of that programming. So what does the user do? User should send the program file through the serial port to the bootloader. Right. So for that bootloader to receive the program file, you are using UART0. Bootloader will be checking for the program file in the through the UART0. So that is the only difference between UART0 and UART1. Bootloader will be listening only to UART0 peripheral.